What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a request from a friend that is not really understanding how to create messages like as a pop-up. So when you kill a player, it's going to appear a message on your screen that you kill that player, and on the screen of the other person is going to appear basically who killed them. So it's a little bit confusing, the replication and like how to call the widgets, but I'm going to try to explain the best way I can. Okay, so let's go into the blueprints and third-person character. I'm using a third-person character template. So everything is gonna happen inside the third-person character, and then I'm gonna create the widget, but that's okay. So everything is gonna be basically based on an event of the. I'm gonna use the damage system made by Unreal Engine, which is basically the any damage node and the apply damage node. These two derive the damage system in Unreal. So basically, when you want to cause damage to someone, you call this, and the damage actor, event instigator, damage causer, etc. And then when you receive damage, this event is going to get triggered, and then you're gonna receive this damage, and you're gonna receive the information of the damage type instigated by, and then the damage causer. So basically, the actor who killed you or who applied damage to you. So using these two, I'm just gonna delete them because I'm gonna have to quickly create a way of damaging. So I'm just gonna do something very simple. I'm just gonna create a custom event. I'm gonna call it client fire line trace. So I'm gonna use a line trace as a way of shooting other players. I'm going to replicate this on client because line traces should be done on client. I'm going to use line trace by channel. And the start and end, I'm basically going to use the camera. So I'm going to take the follow camera. I'm going to get the world position of the camera, or world location. And then that's going to be the start of the line trace. And the end is basically going to be a straight line forward to the camera's direction in an amount of units. So I'm going to get the forward vector, so I know where the camera is facing. I'm going to multiply it by a distance. This distance is the range of my weapon, or how long do I want to damage the player. I'm going to make this a huge number because I want it to be kind of infinite. And then we just need to join the two vectors so that this vector will start from the world location of the camera. And then we just plug this into the end. And I'm just going to do a for duration so I can see that this works. And I'm actually going to go into the capture component and into the collision, because let's expand the collision presets. Let's make this custom, because the trace visibility, the trace channel is visibility, and you can see that it's setting to ignore visibility. So I'm going to set this to actually block visibility traces. So just make this custom and make sure that visibility channel is set to block. Otherwise the line trace will go straight to the character. And I'm just going to set this to be 2 players, and I'm going to just quickly go over here so I can resize the windows to 700, 720, that's fine, or like 600. And I'm not going to center the window to screen. So let's do this, let's play. And I'm just going to use these two, oh god damn it, sorry. I'm just going to use these 2 players as an example. Right now you're not going to see each other's line traces. Yeah, I forgot to call the goddamn function. So we're going to need to get an input event. So I'm going to use the left mouse button to do it. And when we press the left mouse button, I'm going to call client fire line trace. And now we can see it happening. Compile and save and play. And you can see that I'm firing, and if I hit the other player, it's going to, you can see over here, this red blocks means that the line trace hit and hit something. So let's save this. And now to actually apply the damage, you actually need to remember that applying the damage has to be done on the server. If you get this apply damage, you can see this little symbol over here. This means that apply damage can only be called on the server. If you try to do this from a function replicate on non-client, it won't work. So let's create a different event. So server underscore apply damage. Let's drag this from over here. Let's replicate this on the server, make it reliable. And now let's just drag the input. So the actor that we want to damage, we're gonna create a pin, the base damage, and let's also drag the damage causer because we're gonna use that to actually call the widgets of the pop-ups. And now we're gonna break the out hit result so we can get the hit actor. So we're gonna go ahead and cast to the third person character. So if we actually hit another character like us, we're gonna cause damage to it. So let's drag from it and call server apply damage. The damage, I'm gonna say it's 50, so I can kill someone with 2 shots, and the damage causer is going to be self. So drag from damage causer and type self. And now we're gonna need to right click, type event any damage. And now when it becomes a little bit confusing is to understand that when this triggers on the other character that you actually hit with a line trace, this event is going to be called. This event any damage will be called, and then you're gonna from over here you're gonna run the code of actually taking back the L of that character, and then you're gonna say it to actually create the widget with a pop-up. Someone hit you, or you can just run when they kill you. So I'm gonna do that system now so you can understand a little bit better. I'm gonna create a variable called health. I'm gonna make it a float and default 100, and make sure you set the replication to replicated. So let's get the health, let's subtract minus float, and let's subtract the damage. And now let's set the health again. So if we get shot once, our health is going to be reduced to 50. Then we're going to do a little check. So if this is, after we set the health, if this is smaller or equal to 0, let's add a branch. And if this is true, we are basically going to create a widget and then destroy the character. So first of all, let's create the widget. So user interface, widget blueprint, and I'm just going to create widget blueprint underscore display pop-up. And I'm just going to do it really simple so you can understand the replication part of this. It's going to be a text message. I'm going to make this a variable. And on event construct, I'm going to drag the text block, and then I'm going to set the text. And I will right click on the in text, promote it to a variable, and call this pop-up message. And I'm going to click on instance editable and expose on spawn, so we can actually edit this when we create the widget. So that's it. Let's go into the third person character. Let's create the widget. Actually, let's make this on a separate function. Let's right click, custom event, client underscore display pop-up. The reason that I'm doing this on a different function is so when we actually want to call this on the killer, so the killer gets a pop-up message saying you killed blah blah blah. We want to have this in a separate event so we can actually call it. So we don't have to be doing the same code twice. So let's run this on client. Widgets are always on the client. And it's very simple. Create a widget. It's going to be display pop-up. The owning player, you can drag an input, I guess. I don't think we need to do this, but either way. The pop-up message is going to be, let's create an input for that as well. There you go. And then we just add it to the viewport. And I forgot something. Let's go into the display pop-up. It's not really important, but it's just so the message actually gets destroyed. So after 2 seconds, I'm going to destroy it. So 2, and then I'm going to remove from parent. There you go. That way the message won't be always on the screen after you kill someone. So let's go up here to our branch. And now let's go into client display pop-up. And now the owning player of that widget is going to be ourselves. Wait. Oh, like we can do that, okay. So let's just get the player controller, that's it. So I'm getting the local player controller over here because I want to display this message on myself when I die. So I'm just going to display a message, I died. And if you actually add now the code, I'm not going to be doing that because that takes too long. If you add like the code over here with the player names and stuff, you could just create a new input to the player name and actually create another text in the designer and input a player name over here the same way that I did the pop-up message. I'm just going to display a message saying I died. And then we're going to need to do another thing. Now we need to do the exactly same thing, but for the person that killed us. So I'm going to go to the damage causer over here in the event any damage. I'm going to cast to the third person character because I know that it was the third person character that killed me. And now drag from it and call client display pop-up. And now we're going to be displaying a pop-up the same way we did here. But for the person that killed us. And I'm going to just say you killed someone in a message. And on in player, I don't think we can get the controller from the damage causer. Or can we? Get the instigator controller, is it? Can we cast to a player controller? Okay, yes we can. Let's convert to a pure cast and connect this up. So now you're getting the controller of the person that killed you, and now you're correctly inputting the information. So that's basically it. And now we can, I think, test this out. Just after that, let's go ahead and destroy the character, or destroy the actor, so it actually, gets hidden from the world. I don't know if that's gonna work. It may be a problem with that, but let's try it either way. So let's go with the client first, and let's try and kill the server. Okay. What's wrong? Did I forget to do something? Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm stupid. No, I didn't. What? I think I'm forgetting something very stupid. What? Let me just test something out really quick. When code goes wrong, we need to debug to see which step of the line we missed. So this is actually working. So I guess this is working. And this should be working too. So let's go into F9 over here. So this is working as well. No, that was the pop-up that I had before. That's not what I want to check. I should be pausing the video right now, but okay, there you go. We got that problem. So this is actually... Wait. If it's to the L minus the... There's something weird going on. I don't know why, but I messed something up. Wait, what? Why is this event not getting triggered? Okay, there's something wrong, and I don't think it's with my code. But when this gets executed, oh my god, fucking hell. Now this is what I say about, I don't know if you remember, sometimes in the comments in some videos when I say that the little details can, like, the whole code can get screwed because of one fucking thing. Notice here, on the damage actor, I've never connected this into the third person character. No, I never connected this to self. Wait, what? No, I'm confused. So if I fire the line trace, the damage vector is gonna be this one. There you go. And I don't want you to be the target. The target is self. There you go. So I messed up I connected to the wrong input. We are calling this function on ourselves because we want to apply the damage on ourselves. We need to connect the third person character to the damage vector. That's why it wasn't working. I'm sorry about that. I probably should record this again because it didn't go smooth at all, but I think it's important for you to notice the mistakes as well so you don't do them yourselves, because even though I have 5 years of experience doing this shit, I still mess up like that. So now let's do this. You killed someone and on the other side it says I died. Now if I play and try again with a client and I shoot this guy and kill him, you kill someone and you die. I died this time in this side. So now do as I said with if you have like your project well developed and you got like your player name, just go over here, create another text in the designer for your player name, or just do like an append like this, and you can like append strings together. Just put your player name there, and like I died from I don't know who, and I killed I don't know who, and this way it works correctly. It's correctly replicated. So yeah, sorry guys for that mistake, but please try to pay attention to these little details while you're doing the code, because you probably notice I'm doing this very quick because I don't have a lot of time. But yeah, you can see you need to pay attention, because if you do these little mistakes and the whole code won't work, and then you don't know why, and it's a little bit frustrating, but you'll always get there. Just do this kind of debugging and you'll get there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.